Hi everyone, we're going to review Act 1 of Pygmalion together today, including the questions you guys turned in for homework. Um, Most of them seemed okay. There's a few that I want to go over with you, and actually one that you guys are all going to post on the discussion board at the end of this PowerPoint. Okay, so a quick summary. We did all of our background on Pygmalion, George Bernard Shaw, the time period, and what he thinks about language, okay? So we are still in a society that's highly driven by class. Think about like Chaucer and everything we did with him. Um, and it takes place in a market where all these different upper, middle, lower class people would kind of converge and come together. So our main characters are the mother, daughter, Freddie, older gentleman, and note taker, all of whom are of the upper class, and the flower girl, who is notably different from them, not only by class but also by the way she talks. So, mother, daughter, and Freddie are waiting for a cab, and Freddie actually physically runs into the flower girl and knocks the flowers out of her hand. The flower girl calls Freddie by name, which his mom thinks is kind of odd because she assumes they don't know each other. Um, and the mom gives her some money to feel bad about the flowers. Um, there's this kind of note taker guy. We actually find out later his name is Henry Higgins. He's in the shadows writing down everything the flower girl says. Once the flower girl realizes the note taker is writing down what she is saying, she becomes defensive. The note taker tells the flower girl that she has no right to live because of her speech and tells her how he can transform her. Wow, okay. Just because of the way this woman speaks and acts, she has no right to live, and this guy can come in and change her life. Interesting, okay? So we also find out the other older gentleman, that's Colonel Pickering. He's going to come back around. And that's essentially the majority of Act 1. So we have the mother. You guys can read through these as you like. I'm not going to read them to you. But the mother is dressed in fine clothing, upper class, um, maybe is considerate because she pays the flower girl, but still looks down upon her. The daughter, which her name is Clara, is very inconsiderate, doesn't have much respect, and then really looks down on the flower girl because of her social class differences. Freddie seems to kind of have a kind heart. He doesn't really help the girl pick up the flowers, um, but he also kind of wants to. He's a little bit influenced by his mom and sister, and of course, too, he is himself part of the upper class. The flower girl is described as not at all an attractive person. Bad teeth, shabby clothes, unwashed hair. Um, she seems polite and but will stand up for herself. And she's independent, friendly, persistent, proud, and persuasive. So those adjectives are interesting because one of the questions that we're going to go back to is what is the tone towards her in this first act? Is she being shown as any of those things? Um, so here are some of the questions to review. The rainstorm is kind of like somebody said exactly I think it was Jason, the reason that everyone's getting together. They're forced underneath this small enclosed space. And that way we have these different social classes meeting up. Um, Number 2, we just went over the characters. Number 3 is saying that, Freddie's mom is concerned that he may be associating with a woman of lower class. Number 4, the mother offers the flower girl money. So the mom gave the flower girl money hoping she would tell her how she knows her son. After taking the money, the flower girl insisted that she only called Freddie by his name because she heard her mother say it first. Claire thought the mother wasted money, of course, because Claire is very inconsiderate. Um, Number 5 asks about a Cooper's narc, and a Cooper's narc is essentially a police informant. And so people were saying, because he stands to the side and takes notes, that he's like kind of going to tell on everyone. A bystander tells the flower girl, "You be careful, give him a flower for it." The bystander tells the flower to be careful about taking money from the man without giving him a flower because he assumes the note taker is a police informant. The misunderstanding or assumption made is the flower girl appears to be a prostitute. Yikes. The flower girl responds by insisting that she is a good girl with a good reputation. Number 7 and 8 kind of outline the claims that Harry Higgins is saying that he's going to turn her into a duchess at an ambassador's garden party. And obviously it's very interesting and true for number 8, asking about theme. A lot of you guys talk about like appearances, social classes, all very good answers. Okay, now here's what you guys are going to do today for your grade. Everyone answered question 9, however, the majority of you guys did not answer correctly and or with evidence. So let's look at number 9 together, and then I'm going to show you how to go to your discussion board and post your answer for your grade for the day. So number 9 says, describe the author's tone towards the flower girl throughout Act 1. Cite textual evidence to support your response. There are 2 parts to this question. What is the tone towards the flower girl? Remember, the flower girl is of lower class, looks ragged, and speaks very different or improper with slang, as we talked about in the background PowerPoint on Monday. All the other people in the scene are of higher class and don't really seem to care about the girl, except for maybe Freddie and the note taker who wants to change her. So part 1, tell me what is the tone towards the flower girl? Not how does she act, but how does the author seem to feel about her and the other people in the act? The second part of the question says, find a direct quote from the text that supports your answer and explain. Many of you did not do this part, and even if you did do it, you still have to explain. So what part exactly, specifically, in Act 1 shows us, the audience, how people feel about the flower girl and why? All right, so this question will be on your Plus portals. I know my screen looks a little bit different, but I need you guys to try to follow along. You go to your class, you need to click, so you're in the whole entire part of your class. So English, period 2 or 3 takes up your whole screen. So you should have your class summary, assignments, maybe quizzes. Then you have something called discussions. The discussion isn't posted yet, but I'll show you how to get there to the one from Monday. You click on this, and it looks like this. The question will be up here. All you have to do is click reply to topic and type in your answer. So the question will be posted for you. You need to go in, click reply, and make sure. So when you reply to the topic, it looks like this. Make sure you click submit. It has a little thing, makes it think. And there I am, posted. So what you guys need to do for the rest of the day is answer question 9 in a discussion post. I also would like you to go and watch Act 1. I posted a link for you. It's on YouTube. It's about 10 or 15 minutes. Tomorrow you're going to be taking a quiz on Act 1. So make sure you fix your answers to your questions, post your discussion, and watch the video. Thanks, guys.